Hi guys, welcome back to Movie Chat and More, and if you're here for the very first time, welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite music, some of my favorite artists, bands, what have you. So I'm going to start with uh, this guy, Michael Jackson. Bad. Probably the best album he ever did, am I right? We are having some issues with the sun, as usual. I am trying to find a place in this room. This room, yeah, it's a little bit messy, but it won't be that way next week. Having a little bit of a, you know. Anyway, what am I talking about? I'm supposed to be talking about music. Now I'm talking about house cleaning. Anyway, Michael Jackson, bad. Probably the best album. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. Comment down below, guys. Are you an MJ fan? I always have been, and probably, yeah, I always will be. Very sadly missed. Yeah, a true legend and icon. Yeah, so if we pop open the CD here, this is the special edition. See, bad. Michael Jackson, brilliant CD, brilliant album. Some of my favorite tracks on this CD, obviously bad. The Way You Make Me Feel is fantastic. Speed Demon, I wasn't a fan of when I was a kid, but I love it now. Yeah, another part of me who doesn't love that. Yeah. You can see the track list there. It's not very clear, so I'm not going to hold it up and waste your time. But yeah, I Just Can't Stop Loving You. Dirty Diana, one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs of all time. Probably my first favorite Michael Jackson song. Unless you include Thriller. I mean, Thriller. Maybe I should have brought the CD over. But no. I mean, let's face it, every album, well, almost every album MJ did is iconic in its own way. Okay, some of the later albums, I can't recall the name of the last one he did. I do own it, but it wasn't exactly fantastic in my opinion. It's just over there. Let me know, guys. Comment down below and let me know what you think of Michael Jackson. I love the guy. I miss the man very much. So, going on, what do we have? I do have some CDs with me here. Visual aid, if you want to call it that. Yeah, I love these guys. See that? Hey, Kiss. Yeah, Kiss. Formed in the 1970s, I believe. Does that sound really bad or what? No. Yeah, I love Kiss. I'm not a massive fan of their 70s stuff. It has to be said. I respect it. I listen to it. But if I have to pick, well, have to sounds a bit weird, but yeah, if I'm talking about Kiss, I'm talking 80s Kiss. And this is why this CD, this album, Crazy Nights, is my favorite Kiss album. 1987, I think it was. Let me just double check. Yep, 1987. I was 7 years old when this CD came out. And back when I was 7 years old, I wasn't really into the rock and roll kind of music, you know, that I love now. But yeah, some of my favorite tracks, some of my favorites on this particular CD, Crazy Nights, goes without saying. Well, yeah. Hell or High Water. That's brilliant. My Way. Not the Frank Sinatra song. Completely different song, as you already know. Yeah, Reason to Live. That's a brilliant song. So it's all on the back here. You know, I'm looking. It helps to have some notes, some stuff, you know. And Turn on the Night. That's on the CD as well. Turn on the Night. It's a brilliant song from Kiss. And what's my favorite Kiss song? Probably Crazy Nights, but there's so many. It's like Michael Jackson. I mean, yeah, I mean, on that particular CD, they're bad, obviously, but yeah, my favorite Michael Jackson song probably is "They Don't Really Care About Us," and I think that was on. I think that was on the History album, His Story, History, His Story, originally. But now I think it's on one of the greatest hits, the Essential Michael Jackson. But Kiss, yeah, probably Crazy Nights is my favorite song. But there are so many. And like I say, I don't dismiss 70s Kiss. Uh, I do like some of the stuff they did back in the 70s. But I'm more of an 80s guy, you know. Anyway, moving on. Who do we have next? I mean, Michael Jackson, Kiss. Are they heavy? Are they not? These guys aren't heavy, are they? Can you see it? They're not heavy. The Beach Boys. This is a damn song. This is a love song compilation. Now, I don't just love the Beach Boys love songs. I love a lot of I love virtually everything the Beach Boys did. Are they still active? Let me know. Comment down below. Are the Beach Boys still going? I think they are. Obviously not with the same, well, not all the same members of the band, because that would be insane. I mean, these guys have been around since the 60s. Yeah. Big, massive Beach Boys fan. And this CD is a love compilation. I love Good Vibrations. Who doesn't love Good Vibrations, right? Then I Kissed Her. God Only Knows. Help Me Rhonda. Don't Worry Baby. I Can Hear Music. I mean, it's a what and a who and a of songs, really, in my opinion. These guys rock. Yeah, I love the Beach Boys, and this love song compilation is one of my favorite Beach Boys CDs. Moving on, or moving back to, I was talking about Kiss, wasn't I? Yeah. Alice Cooper, another guy who's very, very famous for his 70s work. And I do like, and wow, I appreciate the stuff Alice Cooper did back in the 70s. When was Schools Out? Was Schools Out back in the 70s, the late 70s, or very early 80s? You tell me, guys, because I just love music, and I like to know the years sometimes, but you guys may know a little bit more when it comes to what years these songs came out. Anyway, this is another greatest hits CD. Excuse the sun, my apologies. Yeah, what's not to love? I mean, on this, Poison, Bed of Nails, Hey Stupid, House of Fire, brilliant CD. If you haven't got this, if you're an Alice Cooper fan, you probably already own this CD. Spark in the Dark, greatest hits, the best of. I mean, yeah, let's face it, the guys have plenty of greatest hits CDs. This one's a double CD, and I strongly recommend it. If you're not an Alice Cooper fan, obviously you're not going to go out and buy it. But if you're into that kind of thing, if you like 80s rock / metal, maybe this is the one to buy, guys. I love this guy. How many times am I going to? Is that annoying? It's annoying me. Yeah. Alice Cooper also did the soundtrack for Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, Teenage Frankenstein, Man Behind the Mask, Hard Rock Summer. And those songs never seem to feature on any of Alice's greatest hits albums, and probably something to do with copyright. But I do own those songs on hard copy. I do have them on CD. Brilliant. It's just a shame those songs from Friday the 13th Part 6 are never featured on a greatest hits album from Alice Cooper. And if they are, guys, please tell me which album it is, because I would love to buy it. Anyway, we're going to move on. The next CD I have down here is Bon Jovi. I did it again. Bon Jovi, without a doubt, my favorite band of all time. It's a shame Richie Sambora has left. The way he left and just didn't show up for the tour is, to me, despicable. But what a guitarist. What a musician. You know, Richie Sambora. Has Bon Jovi lost something since Richie's departure? Kind of, yeah. It goes without saying, kind of. But they're still badass, you know. I mean, badass, you know. Bon Jovi still rock, in my opinion. I said this is another greatest hit CD. When you pull over a greatest hit CD, it's quite easy to just list off some songs, you know. I mean, my favorite Bon Jovi album is probably Have a Nice Day from 2005, I believe. Are there any songs from Have a Nice Day on this particular greatest hits album? I think there are. Let's take another look. This is a special edition. This is it opens up and all that jazz, you know, and it opens up again. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's just take a look. I mean, Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, yeah, goes without saying. You Give Love a Bad Name. All the classics, yeah. On this one, let's see. I'll Sleep When I'm Dead. That was from the Keep the Faith album from 1992. Blimey, I was 12 years old. And like I say, back then, I wasn't a big fan. What got me into rock? I think I was 14 or 15 years old. And I had the Bryan Adams album, Waking Up the Neighbors. And I liked it. I loved it. And I listened to that Bryan Adams CD again and again. Actually, it was a cassette. Yeah. I'm 38, so yeah, it was the Bryan Adams Waking Up the Neighbors, I think it's called. And I liked it, I loved it, but I wanted something a little bit harder, something a little bit rockier, you know? Yeah, so I heard a song from Bon Jovi, and I didn't even know it was Bon Jovi, and it was, let me take a look, just in case, I don't want to mess up more than I already have. It must be on here somewhere. Where is it? Better Roses, yeah. Better Roses, Always, classic. But there was one in particular, and it must be on here. Please be on here. In These Arms. That's the one. Big Bryan Adams fan. When I heard In These Arms on the radio, that's right, a radio, I was like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. It's a little bit sentimental, but it's still rock, and it still rocks to this day, in my opinion. And that's what put me onto Bon Jovi, is Bryan Adams. And when I heard In These Arms, I was looking all over the place for a cassette, with that song. And I found it on the first greatest hits album Bon Jovi did, which was called Crossroads, or Crossroad. Crossroads, actually, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Comment down below and say, hey Rich, Crossroads, whatever. Anyway, I'm not going to talk a hell of a long time today, guys. I just want to talk some music. I'm not going to have it in the background because that would be just plain annoying. Okay. My favorite artist of all time. I can't pick one. when people ask me, what's your favorite band? What music do you like? My response is always the same. Ask me what I don't like, it's a hell of a lot easier and a hell of a lot quicker, because I like everything, guys. I like everything. There are some bands that I'm not a big fan of. I mean, but then again, I like some of their songs. I mean, we're talking about bands like Slipknot. I mean, I can't name any Slipknot songs, but I'm sure there's a few they've done that I wouldn't mind. Kind of like Bullet for My Valentine. You know, I mean, I'm not a big fan, but I own 2 of their CDs, 2 of their albums. Yeah, CDs, not downloads, albums. You know, these pesky little things that come in round discs. CDs. I'm old school, guys. I'm very old school. Anyway, the last one. Yeah. Yeah, I did it again. Elvis Presley. Now, what can I say about Elvis Presley that hasn't already been said? This is the first Elvis CD I ever bought. And it's a love song CD. Sentimental guy, what can I say? Anyway, yeah, Elvis Presley love songs. And I gotta be honest, when I was younger, I'm not quite washed up, not yet. Yeah, I wasn't a big Elvis fan. I thought the guy was overrated. It was like, if you can see in the background, back there's a 3D poster of Elvis right next to Rocky Balboa. Brilliant 3D posters. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan when I was younger. I liked 60s and 50s music. I always have. I grew up with records and vinyl and listening to guys like Gene Pitney and Demis Roussos and Slim Whitman even. I mean, Slim Whitman, I mean, that's going back some. Slim Whitman was like, what, early 50s, and he carried on. And Roy Orbison, in my opinion, probably the greatest vocalist that ever lived, Roy Orbison. I don't have one of his CDs down here with me, but if you're familiar with Roy Orbison, and I'm sure you are, comment down below and let me know some of your favorite Roy Orbison songs. I like Crying. I think a lot of people do. There are so many. I wish I could think of some off the cuff. I mean, let's face it. Pretty Woman. That's a fantastic song. And there was new life breathed into Pretty Woman with the release of the film with Richard Gere a while back in the 80s, yeah? And I think it was re-released when that movie came out. Was that 1987, 1988, something like that? Could have been a bit later. Pretty Woman, Julia Roberts, you know, could have been 1990. Comment down below if you want to let me know. Yeah, so Elvis Presley. Some of my favorite Elvis songs. The Girl of My Best Friend. Yeah, I mean, that's the first one that comes to mind. Very unfortunate people in pubs and bars and God knows what have have had the misfortune to hear me sing The Girl of My Best Friend. Sing. I use that term very loosely because, to be honest, guys, I can't carry a tune in a bucket. I enjoy karaoke, but I can't sing. Anyway, the Love Songs CD, he has done other, well, I say they have done other Love Song CDs. But like I say, this was the first Elvis CD I brought. That's why it's here with me in this video on Movie Chat and more. Love Me Tender. Classic. It's Now or Never. Who doesn't love that song? Are You Lonesome Tonight? I mean, this is a pretty good CD, guys. But like I say, the first one that comes to mind is The Girl of My Best Friend, Suspicious Minds, American Trilogy. I'll tell you the moment, well, yeah, kind of the moment when I became an Elvis fan. Uh, my brother is a big Elvis fan, and he had the CD, 50 of the greatest hits, or something like that. It's the one with the red background, and Elvis is. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I I heard a song on that particular compilation, and it's featured on many, uh, and it's called "If I Can Dream," and it was the last song. I, if memory serves me right, "If I Can Dream" was the last song on a CD in a double CD pack. So I had to listen. Well, I didn't have to. I could have skipped it, and I'm sure I probably did many times. I skipped it all the way down to "If I Can Dream," and there was one. I love that song. Probably still my favorite Elvis song, and "The Girl of My Best Friend." Actually, no, probably "If I Can Dream," if I'm being honest. Anyway, yeah, that CD, and eventually, with all the hoopla with Elvis Presley, and like I say, when I was younger, I wasn't a big fan. I ended up listening to the entire CD. I think I was playing on the PlayStation or something like that, and I just put the CD on and hit play, and all of these songs just came out of nowhere. I mean, some of the songs uh, I've always known, but I never knew they were Elvis Presley. Some I did, obviously, like Jailhouse Rock and yeah, classics like that. But they never really, I want to say, spoke to me. That sounds a bit deep for a music video, or this particular music video. But yeah, I was listening to that CD all the way through. And when it got to "If I Can Dream," I was kind of like, you know, I like the entire album. I like the entire disc because, like I said, it was a two-disc CD set, CD compilation. And that's how I became an Elvis fan. I just listened. And that's what I think a lot of guys and girls don't do. They, I was the same. I was the same with Elvis, and I've been the same with many artists who I'm like, no, I don't really like that kind of thing. But if you listen, like movies, if you can watch a trailer, and yeah, you get a lot from a trailer. From a front cover of a DVD, you get nothing. But from a trailer, you can kind of get the gist of what the film is going to be like. And some trailers have put me off big time, but I watch the movie and I end up loving the movie. And it's the same thing with music. You can have opinions. I'm not saying you do. I'm just me personally. I've had opinions on so many singers and artists and bands, and before I've even actually taken the time to listen to what they do. And when I have, I'm like, wow, where have I been? And it was the same with Elvis. It was the same with Bon Jovi, in a way. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. This has been Movie Chat and More. My name is Richard. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Comment down below and let me know some of your favorite artists, some of your favorite bands, some of your favorite singers, songwriters. Talking of songwriters and singers, I also love Neil Sedaka. So if you're a Sedaka fan, comment down below and let me know too. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you all later. Thank you very much for watching. I really mean that. And take care. I'll see you all soon.